YouTubers, what's going on? Eastfield's finest, hosted by Mike. Just to give you guys a little background on why you see me here. As I've said before, for months I've been speaking this probably since the holidays, the winter holidays at that. That we were going through contractors, and you probably see Spike in the background right down here. If you see, you be like, what the f is that moving? That's him. But yeah. So anyway, our house is getting redone, and it's virtually almost done. It's about 70% done, 60 to 70. And our insurance put us in this house for 2 months. If we need more time, they'll pay for that as well. They pay for us to be here. The landlord, part of the deal was she had to put a washer and dryer in here. That was our demand. And she's eating the electricity bill. She's basically eating everything. The insurance is paying for us to be here. We're not paying out of pocket. And the insurance is actually paid for everything you see here, all the furniture, that's them. And the homeowner also is paying for the cable. So we're not paying anything. All we gotta do is still pay our mortgage, insurances, and just like we were at our house. This is all free. So that's why you see what you see in the background. I don't use the attic, not because it's hot, but because I don't want to get, the attic is beautiful. That's the only thing about this house I like. 3-bedroom, big, open, natural light, a lot of real estate. Even though it still have an arch from the attic, but it's way more room, way more natural lighting, all the way from the second floor all the way up to the third, because there's no door and stuff like that. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's way more natural lighting, and it's a 3-bedroom, real legitimate 3-bedroom up in the attic, just like I have my real legitimate 2-bedroom and where we live at. But again, the attic here is way better. But just to give you guys some background on why you see what you see here, it's again because, like I said, I just set up everything right here next to the window and everything, and I normally stay here unless I gotta go to sleep. Then I go to the master bedroom. Other than that, there you have it. So anyway, moving on and getting out of why I'm explaining to you guys why you're looking at all this craziness in the background. Now you know why. So for future come, you're gonna be like, oh wow, some people may just start looking at this video and be like, okay. Then they're going, oh snap, that's a nice setup. When'd you get that? Now you know. Again, this is just temporary. We've been here for just around 3 weeks, shooting on a month or just about. I don't even remember, but anyhow, I haven't dealt with or really spoke to my boy Eddie in just about a couple of months. Unfortunately, he had to get rid of something that he was holding for me, but I respectably understand it. It is what it is. He held it for long enough, and it is what it is. Anyway. Sunday, my boy Dave done picked up some G.I. Joes that he needed from a guy I know down in Columbus named Bobby. And then today I got some stuff for him. Of course, he paid for it, but I picked up some stuff from Eddie as well, because me and Eddie yesterday made plans to meet up at his storage today. So I wound up spending just around to more than not around. I definitely spent way more than what I anticipated to spend. But he did me good. So first of all, last couple of toy shows I have seen, Michael Knight and Knight Rider, their vintage car and Michael Knight figure. And one guy had 3 1/4, and he said he would do like $280 for both. Another dude just had Kit the car. Wasn't in the best condition, but he wanted like $125 just for the car because it had both doors. And I was like, I'll come across one, but I just automatically assumed I'll find just Kit in at least decent condition, or maybe good enough condition to where I could just take the driver door off, because I have Kit and Knight Rider, and I think I got them thrifting. But Kit, and I think I paid like $5 to $7 for Kit with Michael Knight, but it was missing a driver door, but I didn't give a shit for that price. So anyway, Eddie did have Kit, and look how immaculate Kit is. I mean, come on, look at this. You know, the windows got to be cleared, but this is beautiful. Like, drop dead beautiful. Look at that license plate. The bottom, there's no rust. Look how shiny the screws are. No rust. There, I don't. You know, there is not even a mark. No kind of corrosion or anything on the battery bay. Let me see if I can open it. You know, and again, you know, Eddie is my boy, and you know, he does me good. You know, I mean, I pay for my stuff. I don't get it cheap, but you know, he gives me a discount. Again, you know, this is a guy that he buys collections from people, and it's how he makes a living and how he makes his money. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he's an eBayer. He does you know, he does a lot of social media, and he buys and resells stuff. So, you know, you can't buy and resell if you give everybody deals, and not even deals if you give everybody steals. You know, at the end of the day, you got to make money. See, me is different because I network with a lot of people, and I get my stuff a little cheaper, and this is not how I make my income like everybody else. Not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but you know, for me, this is like not my source. It's something I like to do, but it's not my only source on how I make my bread and take care of my family, which is nothing wrong with that. Anyway, so I got this, and I did pay over 100. I paid under 2 and over 100. I'm just gonna leave it as that. I am happy with it because it's in great condition, and my Michael Knight's in great condition, and now I have a complete kit. Michael, come on, kid, buddy. Anyway, come on, kid, Turbo Pursuit. Oh man, that's funny. So yeah, we got that today. Everything I got cost me bread. I mean, it would have cost me a lot more, but he did. Like I said, he hooked me up, and you know, I get good deals with Eddie. But you know, again, he is a reseller. He goes to toy shows, and like I said, you know, excuse me, he's an eBayer, and he has some other platforms he sell and stuff like that from. So, you know, he capitalized on that, and that's how he makes his money. So you can't knock a guy for that. And then I got this also. I kind of thought it was, but I wasn't really too sure until he confirmed it. And this is the this is the Star Brigade robot. I forgot the name of it. But, you know, Star Brigade, they started in 1993 and ended in 1994. That was the last year of the G.I. Joe Real American Hero vintage toy line. They ran 12 years. They ran from 82 to 94. And this is the only Star Brigade vehicle that can actually fit the bulky Star Brigade figures, because this one does come with Hawk. Hawk was he's the general of G.I. Joe, and his figure did come with this, so that's the reason, and the only reason why this is the only Star Brigade vehicle that you can put those big bulky, like Armatech type figures in here. And you know, he said he was sure it worked because how immaculate the battery tray was. The cover is off of here, but he did have the cover, which is basically right here. And it is missing some missiles. It doesn't have the decals on it, but it's in really good condition. And check armor. You are Dog Meat Cobra. Let's kick bot. Not butt, but bot. I don't know if it says check Baker, or I don't know why I would want to check a Baker unless you're Roadblock, because that doesn't Roadblock like to cook. Fire, I don't know. Check armor. Or anyway, And then, you know, the cannon does work and everything. So I am going to take the batteries out of here and rescrew it. I do need to find the canopy. Maybe Eddie may have it. So I'll try to find the canopy. I know what it looks like. And maybe he'll have more missiles. And maybe he'll have the 2 antennas. So there's 2 versions of this. Everything's the same colorway except for whatever's gold and whatever's blue. There's another version or another colorway to this. Doesn't make one more special than the other. It's just the way. It's just the molding, colored processes they use for the accessories for these. So wherever there's gold here, it will be blue on the other, and vice versa. And whatever is gold will be blue and vice versa. Other than that, same color for the chest cannon, the orange holes, and again, even the tires. Like these are blue, so the other ones will be gold. And the missiles are gold, the other one will be blue. And on this hand, like right here where this is gold, that'll be blue, and where that's blue, this will be gold. And same thing for these bally things here. Where these are blue, they'll be gold on the other one, and vice versa. So this thing is in really good condition, and considering what he sold it to me for, I'm happy with it. Even if I go out and spend top dollar on the 2 antennas and the canopy, I'm still up on what this thing sells for, even used. So, and you know, this isn't a very rare piece, but it's not really that common, especially considering how big the box was, how big this is, and how fragile it is. So most people that did have this on display, or most kids that played with them, they definitely broke them. So, yeah. So, and I did bring all my weapons and my G.I. Joe figures here. My Cobras are actually hung in they're actually hung up in these little clear plastic cases. I didn't do that with my G.I. Joes yet because I don't have enough to hang them, because I need all those cases so I can hang them the same way I did the Cobras, which I will do. It don't make no sense to have, you know, display cabinet and just display all the figures lined up when I could just hang them on the wall and they'll be dust free because they'll be in these protective cases. Alright, so moving on, this stuff cost me. You know, I really wanted to, you know, just like my boy Dave, I wanted to just kind of stay with 82 to 94, but there are some exceptions, and these guys cost me. These are the 2002 Joe-Con Crimson Strike Team. They actually sold these. They are individually polybagged, and they do sell these separate at the show. They sold them separate, and they also sold them in this real big convention case where they came with like this foam, and it was like, I think, more than 8 or 10 of the Vipers, Baroness, and Tomax and Zaymot. And he had a lot of the Crimson Guards. Crimson Vipers, excuse me. I got 2, and of course I had to get the Baroness. I never understood why they put the Baroness and not put Destro or whatever, because I know Destro did not like the twins, and the fact that the Baroness and Destro were an item, I never understood the point of them making the Baroness as, you know, part of the Crimson team. You know what I mean? But you got both Crimson Commanders, you know, Tamox and Zaymot, and of course the Baroness, and I have 2 out of maybe 8 or so of the Vipers. Did I say Crimson Vipers? I meant to say Vipers. And so these 2 Vipers do have their guns in their poly bags. And then you have Tamox, Zaymot, and the Baroness. And I have weapons here, individually bagged from the Joe-Con. So I'm guessing these are Tamox and Zaymot. And then I'm guessing this would be the Baroness. She got 2 Uzis in here with a backpack. So I'm guessing this is what they're supposed to come with. So these were expensive. She's about $200 by herself, sold on eBay, and I believe these 2 are about the same, so maybe $50 to $80 more. And the Vipers are roughly around $60 to $90 a piece. He gave me a deal on that. I'm not gonna go into detail and say what, I had to have them. When I saw them, I said, "Yo, those are dope." I had to have them, so I will display them. You know, I may put them. I may actually put these in a case or something and then hang them, just because they're that cool. And then you got Knight Rider kit. So like I said, this stuff did cost me. You know, I paid for this stuff. I didn't. You know, I got a discount, and he gave me a bigger discount because I took all this stuff, including this other thing that I'm going to show you last. Because still got this stuff. So Eddie being the kind of person he is, he let me have these. I like these. I like these things, even if they are not the file cards. I just still like them anyway. So here you have the Sonic Fighters Lamprey. You have the Sonic Fighters Tunnel Rat and Sonic Fighters Cobra Commander. Those are just the boards. Those aren't the actual file cards. And then here we got General Hawk, which I already have this one anyway. Then we have here, I think that's Grunt. Second or third version of Grunt. Then this is Frag Viper, no, Range Viper. And of course you have here Tracker. Then you have Naugahyde, Incinerators, and last but not least, Crimson Guard. What? Crimson Guard Immortal, or whatever the hell he's supposed to be. He's an expensive figure actually, so he just let me have these because he knows I like that kind of stuff. I also picked up, I think this is Undertows. I forgot which Cobra Diver this mechanical shark goes to. It doesn't have the missile, but these are still pretty cool. Nevertheless, he's like a $10 on a low end. Gung Ho's rifle, which I think I do need, and one of these motorized radars. I don't know if I need this one or not, but like I said, I brought everything here just so I can go through them because it's too hot upstairs. Because right now we can't use the central air because you know the skim coat, and they still want to treat everything, and they still have a lot of our vents in the house sealed, so they've been opening up all the windows and working shirtless because it's been that hot. I also got this. This is actually only missing one little clip because there's two clips that go on each side of the raft, and I don't have this, and now I do. All right. So, whoop. So everything else I have is actually in here. So I might as well get to that foist and foremost. So as you see here, this is the clip that goes on the side. I do need the other one so I can complete this because this is supposed to just clip into here, but you know, I am not gonna put my hand on this because he said the person he got it from, he was disgusted. He's like, man, I'm not gonna go into those details, but it basically just clips on like that, and the missiles go here and all that other jibber jabber, or something like that. It's supposed to go somewhere. I don't know. Maybe this is not the missile for it, but oh, there's another gun that I needed. Yeah. So he's still pretty dope. I'll put that on my USS flag. That's where all my boats are. Him, I only got. He is separated from his waist. I'll probably go to Home Depot pick up some more O-rings anyway because I'm running very low on them. I brought my O-rings and my screwdriver here the other day. I think Sunday or something like that. But I got this because it's very hard to get Stalker with all his parts. And I think this Stalker is actually in better condition than mine, considering the fact that he is actually separated from his waist. So I will be comparing mine to this one. And if this one is actually a lot more, has a wider jacket than mine, I'm gonna switch them out. That's the whole point. When you get stuff, you can resell it, but at the same time, you just keep upgrading to a better version and sell off the old one. But this one is complete with everything, and I think that's what I was looking for, so I can complete this dude. And this is complete, so yep, that's why I got that. And here I got another Melloway Cobra Commander from '84. I'll probably, just look at this one compared to mine and see which one I like better, and same thing, but I can't do that because mine is actually already hung up, like I said. Same thing for Hit and Run. I think this Hit and Run does have everything, including the knife, which mine may or may not have. But regardless, I'll keep one because I know Hit and Run does come with a parachute. So for anything, I'll just get the parachute, and then I'll have both of them. Then this thing here is now complete. I think it comes with a guide too. He had the green one too, because there's two of them. There's this one and there's the G.I. Joe one as well. And you basically put this through it and you hold this and it flies up. It got a little bent, obviously, because it was in a bag. That was stupid. Doesn't have the decals and stuff, but I'm okay with that. I'm not, if I do come across another one, then I'll just switch it out. If not, who gives a crap? It is complete. Yeah, yeah, complete, yay. And speaking of Star Brigade, this is what I was talking about, the Mech Tech type of figures. What really stood G.I. Joe out from any other toy line, regardless on if it was 6, 7 inches, 5 inches, 4 inches, 3 inches. They were fully articulated, but they went with what's called a T-ring versus, or like a T crotch, instead of what they went with the old ring before. So they did these mech suits. They basically kind of cheated with these figures, and this is toward the end of the line. Like once 2002 start coming around to 2003, once 92 to 93. Where did I get these 2000s from? The toy line was virtually dead. There was a lot more competition with other companies. G.I. Joe was losing its thing because most of the people that grew up on G.I. Joe, like most people from the 80s and stuff, were already in their teens and going into early 2021, 22 adulthood in 91, 92-ish. So people weren't big into toys like now. Now toys like a big thing now. But back then, people were like, dude, you still play with toys? You still read comic books? Now it's the norm. Everybody's into it. Men, women, children, boyfriends, girlfriends. But back then, it was like almost frowned upon. Now it's not like that. It's like when I was growing up, comic books, people were like, you got a job as a comic? Come on, get a real job. Why are you reading comic books? It was different. People were like, aren't you too old for video games? I remember them days. But, yeah, he basically gave me Destro. I needed Destro anyway for my line, and now I got him. Yay! Yeah. You guys might be like, where do you get that laugh from? There's this old man named John who used to come to Red, White, and Blue. He was in his 70s or 70s, I think. Funny old man. A lot of people didn't like him. You son of a bitch, yeah. Yeah. He used to always go there looking for silver and CDs. Music CDs and silver. Funny guy. Not really funny, haha, but funny. So here I got this Cobra the Enemy. This is, I don't know why they got 82 on it. It's actually 83 because he's got the swivel arm. So somebody definitely put the wrong information on here. But the more, the merrier. I'm into army building. I also got these from him as well. I'm not too sure if I need this or not, but if I do need the backpack, that would help complete a Sonic Fighter guy. Then here, I only got these two. I only need one Nemesis Enforcer, but the more Royal Guards you have, the better, because those are like the Kogala troopers. But Nemesis Enforcer is complete because he comes with his wings and that octopus thingy. And then of course you have the Royal Guard, and they both are complete. The Royal Guard does have that weird looking knife axe thing, so yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's why I brought these two. I bought them both because they're both complete. I know I have both of them, but I don't think I have any other Royal Guards complete. Same thing with Shipwreck. Shipwreck is in very good condition. Only thing he is missing, but I got it for a good deal, is he's missing that hook thing that he uses, like the seashell thing. He does have his gun. Unfortunately, the gun doesn't have that little hook thing, but still in all, he does have poly and the hook. So that's why I got that. Ironically, I don't know where or what the hell happened to my Blizzard, but I needed Blizzard, and he had him, and he's complete. So just like everything else here except Shipwreck. I know I needed him. I don't know if I got him now or whatever, but whatever, worst case scenario, I believe I needed Torch. And he is separated from his waist, but that's an easy fix. So I have him now, and he's complete. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the Interrogator or something like that. I think this is the guy that does come with this helicopter thing. And I know I have him, so regardless, I need him anyway. And then last but not least, I think the only thing missing from him is his hand, because I think he this Cobra Bat comes with like an extra 1 or 2 hands. But I do like picking up bats. I love all Cobra Bats. Those are my weaknesses. My favorite androids of all time, Cobra Bats. Really, really good condition bat. Very, very good condition. Not as expensive as the OG Cobra Bat, but still in all, doesn't have the hand, but it's okay. I like it anyway. Does have the backpack with the missile. I was thinking about, taking out all my G.I. Joe stuff and putting them with the weapons, but then I would need like another 80 spots just from where my Cobras are, in order to put them all each per thing. So it just makes sense to just display them and just keep their weapons how I have it going now. And think about that, I forgot the oh man, I was in the basement. I forgot to bring the other Ziploc bags. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, you got him. And that would be it for G.I. Joe related stuff. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 figures. 12 G.I. Joe figures. A couple of weapons. A couple of vehicles. What are you barking for now, Spike? I think he wants attention. Brr, 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 brr. That's him. Brr, 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 brr. I'm going to show you guys what that is in a second. I got real excited when I saw those. Cause I see them at a lot of the shows, and people want like $40-50 for them, and I ain't really trying to spend that much money on them. And of course that falls. Try to grab it and it falls. Sitting there by itself all this time, and then it just falls. No. Yeah. Yeah, that's David's stuff right now. There's more Joe stuff in here. Oh yeah. I forgot the strike team guys. All right, so we got that, and so then you got these two. He did have a lot of wrestlers. A lot of the Hasbro wrestlers. I want to start buying those too, because I always love the Hasbro wrestlers. This is missing the rope, his robe. His rope, aka robe belt, but this is the Hot Rod Roddy Piper. the WrestleMania one. I know they had a resentment for each other back in the '80s. I think that was a true thing. They really disliked each other, and this will be the WrestleMania thing of this. And if I do come across it sealed, I will grab it. But anybody who knows me know I'm a huge Mr. T fan. Love that guy to death. Never met him, always wanted to meet him. I mean, there's a couple of famous people I always wanted to meet my whole life and never did. And Jay-Z, Biggie Smalls, Tupac, Hulk Hogan, Mr. T. And there's a couple of actors and actresses out there too. But those are like my top people. I met Hot Rod Roddy Piper in real life, so that I would say him too, but I met him, and he's actually a great guy. To be honest, really nice dude, very sincere, very humble, very nice dude. And I don't know what the beef was with him and Mr. T, but I know it was real, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they reconciled or whatever, but I know they didn't like each other. But anyway, I had to have this. So, got that from my boy Eddie. And this was having part of his wrestling figure show. And he looked out for me. So, that was pretty dope of him. Thanks a lot, brother, for that. And the last of that stuff, because from there I went to Walmart. So, the last of that would be this bad boy. He was very happy that I took it, or I was interested in it, because he didn't want to ship it. Because he was afraid that if he shipped it, it would be brittle and it will break. Now this thing is fucking bananas. It is Transformer related, and one thing I don't mind spending money on Transformers if I really like them and find them awesome, is because they hold value, especially KO. KO Transformers is probably the only toy line on Earth that are worth just as much, if not even more money than the licensed counterparts. Explain that to me. Check this thing out. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on. This is actually called, it's the Transformers third party Fan Toys Phoenix I don't know if that's an FT or FJ10, aka Autobot Jetfire Skyfire. Like, look, this thing has got some nice weight to it. It is off the chain. Like, look at that damn head sculpt, man. Look at that. Look at this brother's wingspan, man. That is off the chain. Whenever you hear me sing like that, I'm really excited. And a lot of his parts do have that feel and resemblanceation of like Gundam, but you know, this is a beautiful piece. And I did get a couple of knockoffs giants from my dude Nick. You know, he was a buyer. He used to be a toy buyer for a guy who owned excuse me, I forgot the name of that damn. He owned St. Mark's Comics in the city. I believe they opened up another store. I don't know the name of it, but I know they opened up another store in Brooklyn. And I know he's partnered now with Mitch. And you know, during COVID and stuff, we've gotten cool and close, and we exchanged numbers. And he actually came out and brought a nice amount of stuff from me over time. You know, we've done deals where I came to him and we did trades and buys. And you know, I was always more partial to him. I was really partial to Nick. And this is actually pretty cool. So okay, so it's FT10 Phoenix Fan Toys 2017. So it does come with the manual. Of course, they gotta go with these names because you know they can't say Jetfire or whatever because they could be sued by these companies. But it's funny because these guys, you know, these bootleg companies take more pride and do a better job than licensed companies. But the reason why they do that is because, you know, they know people want this stuff, and the companies don't really care, you know, because it's like they pay, you know, like they pay these guys, you know, and these guys have the blueprints and the know-how for everything. You know, they just don't have the emblems and stuff. But as you see here, it does have the Autobot emblem here. But you know, when you give people the materials, you give them the software, the know-how to do stuff, how do you expect these people who you guys are paying 5 cent, pennies to 5 cent on a dollar to survive, and they're making you guys millions of dollars, and then you get upset when they make stuff like this? But at the same time, not only are they making stuff people want, but look at the fucking quality and how beautiful this guy looks. This mofo is sexy as shit. This is beautiful. I mean, this thing is way more detailed, better painted, and it's just structured very well to what you would see Hasbro and even Takara do. You know what I mean? Like, he is off the chain. This is big, it's beautiful, it is sexy as shit. And I always understood why people like the third-party Transformers and why they pay money for them. Because some of these things cost a lot more than licensed stuff. And sometimes I've heard people say, why would I want to buy that? Or why would somebody pay so much money for a knockoff? Because the knockoffs are better. And sometimes, you know, sometimes you buy something because you want it, not because it's licensed. And I understand that. You know, it took me a long time to understand that, because I used to be one of the first ones to be like, oh, they crazy. I wouldn't do that, and I wouldn't this, and I wouldn't that, and ski bop bop doo, and ski bop 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 that. And I don't do that no more. When I saw this, I fell in love. I was like, yo, what the F is that? And he's like, yo, you want it? And I'm like, hell yeah. Well, depending on price. And from the gate, he was like, yo, and he looked it up, and surely they're like $300 to $400. Used is going for like $280 to $300 with the box and all manuals. We haven't seen one under $200 sold. You know what I mean? So, and it's got some nice weight to it. I mean, you know, when you're touching this and stuff, like the arms, the forearm area and stuff, it does have that Gundam feel to it, and that pure white plastic paint. It does have that Gundam thing to it, but when you pick it up, it is quality. It is really, really nice quality. And you know, I'm gonna be getting rid of a lot more toys, and I actually had my Transformers, because I figured if I can get good money for it, I'll sell it. So I do still have it up on Facebook, and I've had people make me offers on it. But if I don't get the price I want for my Transformers, I'm not selling them. I don't care if somebody I don't care if somebody say, yo, can you do 100 or 150 to 200 lower? No. I want the dollar amount I want. And to be honest, even if somebody make me an offer, I may not even take it, just cause. You know what I'm saying? So, cause I want to get rid of a lot of lines. I was gonna, you know, I don't know yet, but I think I'm just gonna stick strictly with certain things. So I may go ahead and get rid of all my He-Man Revelations, along with and I might just go back to just keeping the 2021 stuff, or one or the other. I don't know yet. I don't need both. And I do like the Revelation line, but I don't really like where they're staring in with this new Eternia and this, that, and third. It's just too much, and they do cost like $5 to $8 more. So I may just keep the regular He-Man stuff and get rid of Revelations, or vice versa, or I may just get rid of both. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet, but I was told Super 7 is supposed to be doing Silverhawks, so that's a line I'm gonna chase. Just like I'm still gonna be into the Super 7 Thundercats. If they do Super 7 Silverhawks, I'm definitely going with that. So I'm gonna be doing Super 7 Silverhawks and Thundercats, and I'm still gonna be dealing with the NECA Turtle line. But I think I'm just gonna stick with the cartoon stuff, not the movie stuff. I do have some movie stuff, but I don't think I'm gonna complete that line. I think I just want to deal with what's it called stuff. I don't remember if I have all four of the turtles. If I do have all four, but maybe I'll just keep those. Those and maybe the Splinter and Shredder guy. Maybe Casey Jones and what's it called? I don't know yet. But I won't go too far into that line like the Foot Soldiers and all that shit. And or Tokar and Razor. I may not do all that. I may just stick with just the basic guys and that stuff and call it a day. So outside of everything I just showed you guys, like I said, I did go to let's say Hot Target. I don't know where I got hot in Target from anyway, but I do have some stuff I picked up, and you probably saw it the whole time he's sitting here talking. I went to Walmart and I had 3 guys hovering around me like sharks, you know, like when I was cutting chum, and sharks are just circling around the boat, smelling the blood, don't know where it's coming from, but they know it's from that area, so they just circling around, and they were upset that I grabbed all this stuff, you know. And it's funny because I can only imagine what else was there, because I left Eddie around 2-3 something, and right there, because he lives in Lodi, and taking, I think that's Route 43 or something like that. There's a Walmart literally like right where his storage place is, and so I went there. I was like, I didn't even think about it. I just went in there. Didn't really expect much. Came across this stuff, and I just grabbed all of it because I'm like, oh, this gotta be a new wave. So I did see her at the last toy show at I think I saw her in Wayne. I asked the guy what he wanted for. He wanted $50, and I was like, damn, $50, shit. But I'm like, yeah, that's not too bad, because I think they go for like $25. Because now, you know, Star Wars Black Series are expensive. They're like around $25 now, $25 to $30, depending on where you buy them. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I only remember Omega because of a couple of the Wild Batch episodes I watched on Netflix. That's how I knew who she is. And I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. So, yeah, had to have that. And then I picked up 2 Ahsoka Tano. I always liked her character because she was basically Anakin's apprentice. And the fact that she didn't stay away from how he was and how she respect Obi-Wan. I mean, she's a real strong character, and this is the Mandalorian version. And the reason why, I mean, I always liked her. I always liked her. So I picked one up for me and one up for my son. So, yeah, I'll keep the better package one because all he's gonna do is take him out the package anyway. He's not a package person. I am. So one I'm gonna keep. One I brought for him. Then the same thing for this. You have here Bad Batch Echo. So same thing. Picked up 2 of them. One for him, one for me. Then here you have Star Wars Mandalorian, Death Watch Mandalorian. 2 of them. Same thing. So that was 7 Star Wars figures, and then I picked her up. As I said before, I always said if I do come across them, I would pick it up only because, just like everybody else who didn't like Ric Flair, woo, the Nature Boy, woo, and I mean, I don't know who the hell Scarlet is. I don't know anything about no Adam Cole. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt is actually, I like the costume and everything too. It looks dope, but I have no idea who the hell this dude is. And Rey Mysterio Jr., I like him because he's like 2 inches shorter than me, and I always like rooting for people like that. I mean, he is old school. You know, he's definitely an old school wrestler. But I mean, I want the Batman colored one more. I mean, I do like Rey Mysterio, but And the only reason why I got the Ric Flair and I wanted to get the Charlotte Flair is because father and daughter. So that was really why I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get them because that's why. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even know she's 5'10". How this bitch 2 inches taller than me? Damn her. Anyway, yeah. And I do have Rick, so now I have her. And my plan was to try to get, try to complete whole series, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm trying to get out of the what do you call that line? I'm trying to get out of the DC McFarlane. One thing I know about McFarlane toys don't hold the value. Only toys McFarlane ever had that hold value is his movie Maniac stuff. His Torture Souls do okay, but they lost a lot of value in his Dragons. Other than that, over the years I've followed and had so much Todd McFarlane stuff. His stuff really holds no value. And DC is nowhere near as popular as Marvel, and you don't got that many people that want to buy every and all DC, and nobody really wants every fucking Batman out there. So I'm like, I may keep a couple of pieces from the DC line, like Lobo, the Power Suit Lex Luthor, a couple of pieces like Batman Beyond stuff. I don't need all of the Batmans and all of this and all that. Just a couple of pieces I may keep, like Clayface, or as some people call him, Dookie figure, or all types of names they call it. I like it. He's fucking clay. He's basically mud. He's like a mud figure. He's like DC's version of Sandman. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you expect him to look like? He's fucking mud, bro. Like, he's like a mud man. You know what I mean? And he's supposed to look like that. And when mud, obviously when dirt's wet, it turns like a dark brown color. You know what I mean? Hello? You know what I mean? But anyway, I still don't understand why people call that Goldberg figure Oldberg. Like, dude, this guy's in great shape for his old age. Goldberg is what, in his 50s or 60s, and he's in better shape and looks better than most of you guys out there in YouTube that call him Oldberg. Like, the nerve of some people. Like, how you gonna call somebody out of their name and the guy looks better than you, he's in better shape than you, and he's got more money than you, and you sitting here calling him Oldberg. I mean, people got the audacity of people are just ridiculous. Anyway. So that's basically it. So I do have about 5 to 6 Build-A-Figure waves from Marvel Legends that I'm selling off because they're not really that popular and I really don't want them. And I may continue to buy some Marvel Legend figures. I did keep some waves like the Watcher waves, Stillman, I think Armadillo, definitely the was it Venom Pool wave, and a couple of the Spider-Man villains because they're kind of pricey and they're dope. I kept the Fantastic Fours. I mean, if I do come across certain sets or certain figures I would buy them. So I kept a lot of stuff that's close to Spider-Man, even though I'm nowhere near a Spider-Man fan. Like, everybody in this house loves Spider-Man but me. I like him, but my daughter, both my sons are Spider-Man fanatics. I'm like, oh, he's okay. I'm a Hulk and Wolverine guy. So I did keep the Gamers vs. Hulk. There are some stuff that I did keep, but there's a lot of other stuff that I'm going to be taking to this guy named Dave tomorrow because I gave some other people opportunities and they're not, everybody want to give me the short end of the stick. So I'll see what he does with what I bring him, and I may go ahead and take him my multiverse, my DC multiverse stuff. I may keep some, like the Build-A-Figure waves. I may keep, I might, I don't know. I might just, get the Build-A-Figure ones, or the Build-A-Figure ones that I like. And keep certain figures, or I may get rid of all of it. I don't know yet. I may just keep what I got and cut my losses, or I'll find the receipts and see what Target's return policies are, and if they still take them back, I'll get my money back. If they don't take it back, then I just lose money on them. It is what it is. You know what I mean? That's it. And you know, right now Target is doing like they're doing so many sales right now with a lot of their figures. They're trying to get rid of a lot of stuff. And you know, McFarlane, every time you turn around, that's one of the only toy lines that's virtually almost always on the shelves. You know what I mean? And you know, so I don't know what to do with that. And I do have a whole bunch of NECA, like a whole bunch of loose NECA figures. So I may take those with me tomorrow and see what I can get for them. But I might tell these, I'm not gonna do it because, I'm not gonna do it. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do with that stuff another time. But anyway, so this stuff has to go back tomorrow. It has to go, well, not back, but it has to go to my my house. My G.I. Joe stuff is only gonna stay here while I can go through it and try to complete this, that, and the third. My plan was to go to Columbus tomorrow, so I may hop on my motorcycle, go early in the morning, to be honest. But then I was saying to myself, what if I find somebody with some nice, with a whole bunch of stuff, and then I have no room to take it? So worst case scenario, I'll probably just, see if Kevin can hold his stuff for me until I come back Sunday. You know what I mean? So worst case scenario, because maybe, I think I just want to take a bike ride, tomorrow. Just go on a motorcycle and go early in the morning, try to find a couple of things and get the hell out of there. And then with my luck, somebody's going to have a whole bunch of stuff that I can't bring back. So I don't know if I'm going to go in the car and on the bike. I don't really know which of the two I'm going to do yet. So I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. But this G.I. Joe stuff, I'm going to go through all of this. This Transformer is going to go home. It's going to go upstairs in the attic, along with Knight Rider. But I do want to try to figure out a way to wipe that Knight Rider down before I take that upstairs. And this big G.I. Joe robot I'll probably keep here so I can make sure I try to order those parts. The Mr. T and Roddy Piper, that's going to go home as well. That's going to go home as well. And of course, Scarlet. Charlotte Flair. I said Scarlet. Charlotte Flair. So anyway, hope you guys please like, sub, share, and subscribe, and catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.